here in the studio of Rogan Radio, and I tell you what I've been doing. I've been practicing, actually. I'm trying to get the equipment down perfectly, and one thing that I noticed after last week is I don't need to do so much processing on the signal, because what happened was I didn't realize, as things go along, you get smarter, right? One thing that I didn't really realize is that I was recording an MP3. I know the final export, the actual file has to be an MP3, but you never do that because you compress it too much. So you have to record in WAV file, and then after you do all of your stuff on the computers to put it all together, then you export it to an MP3. Well, I didn't know that. I know that now. Okay, that's cool. Something else I didn't know is I'm processing everything on the board. Whoops, see, I'm processing all the signal and stuff on the board. So then when I put it through the computer, I don't need to process it again because I'm processing process signal, right? Another thing, I need to learn how to use the computer software because, man, the fades and stuff just drive me nuts. I just don't know how to do that, but I'll get that. And just another small little thing that drives me insane, music. The music on the very first episode, you just can't go and use your AC/DCs or Van Halens or Kid Rock or whoever else you listen to. You can't do that because they're protected or copyrighted. And, you can't use their work for your work unless you want to pay them royalties. And you have a license to do so on top of that. So I was going through some they call it Creative Commons licensing, to try to find some music that the artists have made, and then they basically say, listen, you can do whatever you want with it, just make sure that if you do use it, that you kind of give me credit for it. And there was just I went through hours and hours just listening for the right stuff, and I just couldn't find the right stuff. So I said, hell with it, I'm going to make my own music, which is what I'm doing. This is basically what I'm doing right now. I'm making my own music. And for an example, I'm going to give you a little sample. I'm going to give you a little sample of what I come up with. Let's see if this works out. Hey, it's Rogan Radio. Yet another episode. See what I mean? And then you can do voiceovers and stuff like that and segments in between. So I'm working on that. I have a couple of them made, actually. You want to hear the rest of them? They're real short. Because I'm just once again, I'm practicing. Okay. Let me save this. Let me stop this thing. This is actually pretty cool because I can actually make these things, and it doesn't. Once you kind of figure everything out, it's not too bad. And thank goodness that I have sort of a musical background, so to speak. Go to my projects. It's really fun. But what's really going to be nice about this is I don't have to worry about getting sued for copyright infringement, which is really a big problem. I don't want to get sued for anything. Let's see what this one sounds like. Oh, I didn't even know I did this one. Let's see what this one is. Okay. They're all going to be different flavors, of course. The intros and stuff will actually be the same. Let's see what this one is. Yeah. See, that'll be pretty good. And we'll mix those in between segments and stuff like that, which is coming to the last point. Is, you know what, so far we've had some great participation from all of the viewers, followers, and everything else. Make sure you do like it if you do like it. And even if you don't like it, that's okay too. But go ahead and please like it by going to Rogan Radio on Facebook, and be sure to subscribe to it and leave a review on the iTunes and Stitcher. That's very important. I mean, you can subscribe to it, but leave a review. Good or bad, it doesn't matter. It just needs reviews. That way it gets higher up in the ranks. It just doesn't go by subscribers. I'm kind of learning about that too. But go ahead and give us a call, 681-222-ROGN. That is very important to us because what we do, we take the little snippets. If you want to leave a message or a comment or whatever, if it's a question, we put those and we'll start talking about them. Or if you're just leaving a comment saying, hey, listen, we're listening to Rogan Radio here on Cheat Lake or Tiger Lake or driving down the... Well, you can't do it in the... Well, I guess you could if you're not driving. We're driving down the car I-79 going to New York, and we're listening to Rogan Radio. Great job, fellas. We'll splice that thing up and put it right in between... what's this one? Right in between the segments. So that's pretty cool. It's very important. It's 681-222-ROGN. That would be the number. You can text that number also, and you don't have to worry about actually anybody answering the phone because that's on my iPhone, and everybody knows I don't like my iPhone. I never use my iPhone. Plus, it's actually not the iPhone number. It's just a number associated with the iPhone. So you'll never get that. You'll never get anybody answering it. So go ahead once again, 681-222-ROGN. Getting ready to record something for next week, every 2 weeks. We'll keep you updated, of course, on Facebook, Twitter, or Google Plus, and the YouTube. We're going to start simulcasting things. It's getting very complicated, and as you can tell, it's getting so complicated, in fact, that I'm spending a nice Sunday in the Rogan Radio studios making music. God, what has my life become? I need to start drinking more or something. All right. Anyway, that's that. I want to thank everybody that's listened so far. Getting some great I was going to say prescriptions. 50% of. Did you see that article in the newspaper today? 50% of all mothers in Harrison County once they give birth are on drugs. Did you see that? That is horrible, man. We're going to talk about that at some point too, but be looking for next week's episode. We're getting ready to do some recording with that, and it's going to be bigger and better. At least I know that. It's going to get better each episode because we're going to add some new things. I'm getting smart, and that's that. I won't overprocess anything. So until then, peace out, babies, and thanks for listening to Rogan Radio. Late.